evening. We are here at the UFSA Festival on Saturday, August the 23rd, 2025, in Graz Stadtpark, where we have seen several great paintings of other artists and other performances. Danke an alle, die mir geholfen haben, das hier zu realisieren. Danke an die Band, danke an meine Freunde, die ich liebe und die mich unterstützt haben. Danke an meine Eltern, danke an Norbert Lipp und für die Möglichkeit, meine abschließende künstlerische Arbeit an der Petersgasse BRD im Rahmen des Urban Art Festivals Stiria zu präsentieren und sie hier heute anzuzünden. My name is Fabian Salzman, and as part of my final artistic project, I painted a picture dealing with indigenous gender diversity. In this work, the 5 continents are represented. The Hittites in India, the Muxus in South America, the Afafafine in Australia, the two-spirit people of North America, and Indigene in Africa. Non-binary identities have long played an important role in many indigenous cultures, often in sharp contrast to the Western gender binary. Gender was never just man or woman. Across different societies, people with non-binary or third gender roles were recognized, respected, and often held unique social positions. From the two-spirit traditions in North America to the other cultures worldwide, these identities show that gender has always been diverse and fluid than the strict Western binary that has been brutally forced upon and popularized. Look at the canvas. Look to the past if you dare. Look to the lands you have stolen, the languages you have silenced, and the cultures you have tried to flatten. We carry their love with us, their laughter, their rage, their resilience. It thrums in our veins like a battle drum. Right now, transgender people have gained more visibility, and modern gender diversity is increasingly recognized, and it has often been labeled as a new trend, completely turning a blind eye to the long and complex history behind it. We are not a trend, an unbroken chain that your genocide and your fires couldn't sever. You killed them, and here we are again. You cannot bomb us into oblivion or legislate us into non-existence. We are born again, again, again. That burned sacred clothes and sacred songs, the fire of visionaries, Bible in one hand, torch in the other, the fire of empire declaring only man and woman exist. This fire was exported from Europe. This fire was called civilization. This fire was called progress. But what they burned was not sin. They burned two-spirit people, medics, healers, keepers of balance. They burned hydras, sovereigners, dancers, rulers in India's courts. They burned Farafine in Samoa, woven into family, honored and loved. They burned Muse in Oxasia, strength and tenderness combined. They burned Mahu in Oxasia, strength and tenderness. They burned Mahu in Hawaii, Bisu in Solivia, ash time in Ethiopia. The fire burns and they lied. They told you this was unnatural. They told you this was a shame. They told you this was new, a Western invention, a modern confusion. But here's the truth. Gender diversity existed long before us, long before your binaries, long before your laws. Watch all the flames eat the paint, the faces, the colors. This is what colonization did. Erase the colors of culture until only ash remains. But ash remembers, ash clings, ash does not disappear. And from the ash we rise. You try to erase us with your fire, but look closer. We still remain. We are the fire. We are the burning that refused to go out. We are the spark carried from ancestor to child, from ritual to body, from silence to scream. We'll always be born again. Try to stop it, try to bury us under your hatred. History rises like a tide, but here we are in its wake. Again and again we'll come back until the end of time. Born again and we rise from the ashes like a phoenix. In diesem Werk geht es um die indigene Geschlechtervielfalt. Das Feuer repräsentiert dessen brutale, systematische Kulturtilgung durch Kolonialismus. Aber wie man sehen kann, wir sind noch immer da. Die Hälfte auf jeden Fall. This work is about indigenous gender diversity, and the fire represents the brutal destruction of it. You've watched this canvas burn, and we are still here. This is colonization. Culture turned to ash. Thank you for being here. We honor and we thank the indigenous people whose stories, knowledge, and resilience inspired this work. All credit and respect goes to them.